What is up, guys, and welcome to the South Coast. On today's video, we're going to try to adjust the self-propelled speed on this bad boy recycler. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so like I was saying, I need to adjust the speed, the walking speed of the recycler. It seems like over time, the cable has either loosened up or stretched out, or maybe the drive belt has stretched out, but it's definitely not moving as fast as it should. It feels like the drive wheels don't have as much power as they should whenever I'm holding the lever down for it to be in self-propelled mode. So I want to take a look at it, see if there's a way we can adjust it to get that speed back to where it needs to be. So that's what we're going to do. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get it fired up. We'll do a little back and forth here on the driveway, holding it down, not pushing it. Myself will just hold down the self-propelled lever and see what it does, and then we'll shut it down. Try to make an adjustment. I think I have a plan on how to adjust it, so we'll try that and see what happens, and then go from there. So let me get y'all set up. We'll see what it does before the adjustment. Alright, guys, so as you can see, it barely moves itself at all. It doesn't move itself at all in the grass whenever I do the self-propelled, pull that lever. So we're going to try to adjust it. Let's see what we can figure out. Alright, guys, so taking a look at this cable, it sort of just disappears down into what I assume is the clutch mechanism down in there. Doesn't really appear to be any adjustment there. So when you follow it back up, we got this little bracket right here. And this looks like something we should be able to loosen that nut up right there and slide this sheathing back and forth. You can see where they have that section that they cut the outer coating off. This other cable, in contrast, is the cable for the actual engine itself. That goes to the lever you need to pull to start it up and run it. That one appears to not be adjustable. So what I'm thinking is I should be able to loosen this nut, slide this sheathing down, and it should tighten this cable up. You see how much slack there is in that cable? I don't think there's supposed to be that much slack in it. So we'll loosen that up, slide this sheathing down, sort of tighten that cable up, and then see what it does. Alright, guys, we got an 11mm socket. I'm assuming a 7/16 socket would also work. Those are pretty much the same size, so we will pull this out a little bit. Just making a small adjustment at first to see how it does. So basically I'm pulling the sheathing down and it's adding a little bit of tension to this cable. So we'll do it right there. Just take the slack out of the cable and we'll fire it up and see how it does. Get that snug back down. It feels better. It feels like I'm actually getting some tension on it when I pull it. Still a little bit of slack, so we'll adjust it a little bit more. All right, let's get it fired up and see how it does. Well, guys, that little adjustment seemed to make all the difference in the world. Comparing the before and after on how fast it was moving by itself, world of difference. So just moving that sheathing down a little bit, you're going to gain some engagement on that lever, on that cable, and it took off. I think that's going to make a pretty big difference in my cutting. I was getting to the point where, especially once this bag got a little more full of clippings, I was having to push it a lot more, taking a lot more effort to push, which, I mean, really no big deal for me, but I think for folks who may not be as physically strong, having that cable adjusted properly is going to make a huge difference. Cutting grass, pulling that mower through thicker grass, stuff like that. So really easy adjustment. If you have a mower and it's not pulling like you think it should, like this, try adjusting that cable right there. As far as I know, that's the only adjustment on that system, but it definitely seemed to make a huge difference on mine. Also, I'm thinking if your mower is going too fast for you, you can probably loosen that nut up, slide that sheath out a little bit more, so back up towards the handle, add a little slack to that cable, and whenever you engage it, it probably won't engage quite as strong. Basically like slipping the clutch in a manual transmission car. And it might be a little bit slower, so it's not getting pulled out of your hands if you are a slower mower. So easy adjustment. I'm glad it was just that, glad it was so easy. But yeah, I think that's about it. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad it was such an easy adjustment to get the Toro 21-inch recycler up and running at full pace. I'm gonna be cutting with it here this afternoon. Be cutting a Bermuda here at the house, so I'm excited to give it a go now that we got that speed adjustment done. Should be easier to do, easier to use, and not as much effort for me, which that'll be nice. So anyway, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop them down there in the comment section. I try to respond to all the comments I get, especially questions about how to do stuff or different things like that. So drop a comment down in the comment section. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. As I continue to use this mower, the bad boy mower, all my other stuff, I'll continue to make videos on them, doing maintenance, little adjustments and fixes like we did today, all that sort of stuff, as well as trying to grow this Bermuda lawn out back here, trying to get that to grow out into the field grass and mowing the field grass. I got to do some bush hogging on the trails in the woods behind the house. We'll be using the bad boy mower to do that, even though I'm not supposed to. I'm gonna do it anyway. So if you want to see those videos, click that subscribe button. As always, hope y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time down here on the South Coast.